I've always loved drawing and found that printmaking is a fantastic process to push those drawings further. When I used silkscreen or etching, woodcut, all of those printmaking methods are fascinating, and they each have an amazing quality. But there was something about lithography when I first began that most intrigued me and most reflected the actual drawings I was doing. I moved to Oxford about 14 years ago, and I arrived with a pram and a sketchbook and took both out, exploring the new landscape that I was seeing of Oxford. The main place that drew my attention was University Parks, and I was fascinated by it. I was so excited at the prospect of being able to own and run one of these large man-direct presses. But there was a rather massive issue of actually where we were going to put it. Here I have a greaseless plate, and I begin by deciding where I want my marks to go. I use chalk, which is greaseless, to help me with my original drawing. Pencils and crayons can be used as well with the water. And this is what I love, is that it can reflect whether I've used crayons in my studies or paints, pastels, anything, and even a fine line. I'll show you an example of the lovely density of the touche. This will make a very solid mark. I love to build up the layering of the colours. So I'll begin, for example, with this one, with the grey, and then I think the second one is my chart over there. There was another grey that I built on, and then the block of yellow. And each colour takes about 4 or 5 days to dry. So I'll do an addition of about 10, for example, 10 greys on pieces of paper. I have to hang them, wait for them to dry before I then work on more plates for the next colour. So I'm rolling the ink onto the surface, and where I've made marks on the plate, the ink is picking that up. Where I haven't made any marks, the wet surface of the plate resists the ink. So I'm slowly building up more and more ink ready for printing. This is the first proof of the first colour. It was an incredible experience, going regularly, seeing the different seasons, the different light, and how electric it could be with a different shadow on a tree, causing incredible effects over the water, over the grass, and then a change of hour and it would look entirely different. I love working outside. I love watching the seasons, the effect of the light across the landscape, and we'll enjoy the changes of colour and want to record that colour in some way. Using lithography, layer by layer, I can create that depth of space, reflect something of the light, the colour, the extreme beauty that I've seen in the landscape, and in different ways, using different marks, I can build images up. But it is a kind of a slow working process that I can't speed up.